As we age, we naturally gain more freedom in our lives. We become more independent, less constrained by the demands of work or raising children, and in many cases, we have more time to enjoy ourselves. However, as you become more independent and have the time to do what you want, it's important to be selective about where you spend your time and whom you spend it with. There are some people whose homes you should avoid visiting, no matter how much freedom you may have. In this article, we'll explore 7 types of people whose homes you might want to steer clear of as you grow older. We'll discuss why their environments can negatively impact your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, and how setting boundaries in your personal life can help you preserve your peace and happiness. 1. The negative. Nancy. We all know that one person who always sees the glass as half empty, whether it's about the weather, their job, their relationships, or even just their general outlook on life, they constantly focus on the negative. While it's natural for everyone to have bad days, being around someone who is perpetually negative can take a toll on your mental health. When you visit the home of someone with a negative mindset, you may find yourself drawn into their pessimism. The atmosphere might be gloomy, and even if you're having a good day, you may leave feeling drained or down. The emotional weight of constant negativity can slowly chip away at your happiness. Over time, the impact of this negativity on your own mindset can be profound. As you age, it becomes increasingly important to protect your mental well-being. That means limiting your exposure to negative environments. While it's important to be compassionate toward friends and family who may be struggling, it's equally important to set boundaries. If a person consistently drags you down, it's okay to politely decline visits or suggest meeting in more uplifting settings. 2. The chronic complainer. The chronic complainer is similar to the negative Nancy, but with one key difference. Instead of simply focusing on negative aspects of life, they always have a complaint about everything and everyone. They seem to find fault in every situation, person, or event they encounter. These individuals often spend hours discussing what's wrong in their lives, whether it's a minor inconvenience or a major life setback. While they may not intend to harm you, their constant whining can wear you down. At times, you may feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to say anything that might provoke a complaint. You might also find yourself trying to fix problems that aren't even yours to solve. As you grow older, you may become less patient with people who habitually complain. Visiting the home of a chronic complainer can take up valuable time that could be better spent engaging with more positive or fulfilling people. If you notice that spending time with someone who is constantly complaining makes you feel drained, it's important to prioritize your own happiness by limiting your exposure to their negativity. 3. The toxic perfectionism is often seen as a trait of high achievers, but when taken to extremes, it can become toxic. A toxic perfectionist holds impossibly high standards for themselves and others, leading to stress, frustration, and an overall sense of dissatisfaction. They may expect everyone around them to meet their standards, and if you don't, they'll make you feel guilty or inadequate. Visiting the home of a toxic perfectionist can be exhausting. The environment may be immaculate, every conversation carefully controlled, and you might feel judged for even the smallest of mistakes. Their expectations may also extend to your behavior, appearance, and lifestyle, leaving you feeling like you don't measure up. As you age, you become more comfortable with yourself and less willing to accommodate people who make you feel less than adequate. In the long run, exposure to toxic perfectionism can affect your own sense of self-worth. It's important to set boundaries and be discerning about the people you spend time with. You deserve to be around people who accept you as you are, flaws and all. 4. The manipulator. Manipulative individuals often disguise their true intentions under the guise of kindness or concern. They use emotional manipulation to control or influence others, whether it's by guilt-tripping, playing the victim, or using passive-aggressive behavior. At first, their charm may make you feel welcome, but over time, you may start to feel like you're walking into a trap each time you visit their home. Manipulators often have a way of making you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault, or they may use your vulnerabilities against you. They can make you feel indebted to them, even when you've done nothing wrong. If you visit their home, you may find yourself in situations where you feel compelled to give more than you're comfortable with, whether it's time, money, or emotional energy. As you get older, it's essential to recognize when someone is trying to manipulate you. While it can be difficult to say no to people you care about, learning to establish firm boundaries is a crucial part of maintaining your mental and emotional health. The sooner you recognize manipulative behavior, the easier it will be to distance yourself from it. 5. The drama magnet. Drama can be an inevitable part of life, but there are some people who seem to attract it wherever they go. They constantly find themselves in the middle of conflicts, misunderstandings, and emotional upheaval. Whether it's workplace drama, family disputes, or romantic entanglements, they thrive on chaos. Visiting the home of a drama magnet is like walking into a storm. You may find yourself dragged into heated arguments, caught in the crossfire of gossip, or hearing long, drawn-out tales of every conflict they've encountered. The emotional energy in their home can be overwhelming, leaving you feeling exhausted and frustrated. As you get older, you begin to value peace and calm more than excitement and drama. Being around someone who constantly stirs the pot can disrupt your sense of stability. If you're looking to preserve your peace, it's important to be mindful of the people whose lives are filled with constant turmoil. 6. The constantly busy. Some people are so busy that they don't have time to slow down. They're constantly running from one activity to the next, whether it's work, social events, or personal projects. While it's admirable to be ambitious and driven, visiting the home of someone who's always in a rush can make you feel like an afterthought. The constant bustle of their life can make you feel like you're interrupting their schedule or burdening them with your presence. You may find yourself spending time with someone who isn't fully present or engaged because they're preoccupied with their next task. You might leave their home feeling more like an inconvenience than a guest. As you age, you might prioritize quality time over quantity. Being around people who are constantly distracted or rushing through life can detract from the meaningful connections you want to nurture. It's important to visit homes where you feel truly welcomed and valued, not just like a stop on someone's never-ending to-do list. 7. The emotional vampire. Emotional vampires are people who drain the energy and positivity out of others without offering much in return. They thrive on the attention and sympathy of others, but rarely offer support or encouragement in return. They often focus on their own problems and make everything about themselves, leaving you feeling mentally and emotionally exhausted after spending time with them. If you visit the home of an emotional vampire, you may find yourself doing all the listening while they talk about their latest crisis. Despite your best efforts to offer comfort or advice, they rarely take it to heart, as they're primarily concerned with their own emotional needs. As you grow older, you become more aware of the importance of mutual relationships. You want to invest your time and energy in people who give as much as they take. Emotional vampires rarely offer anything in return, making it difficult to maintain a healthy, fulfilling relationship with them. Setting boundaries and distancing yourself from these individuals can help preserve your emotional well-being. As we age, we gain the freedom to choose where we spend our time and who we spend it with. The people in our lives play a significant role in our happiness and well-being, and it's important to be selective about the environments we expose ourselves to. The 7 types of people mentioned in this article can have a negative impact on our mental, emotional, and physical health. By recognizing these patterns and setting boundaries, we can protect ourselves from unnecessary stress and emotional exhaustion. Ultimately, it's important to remember that your time and energy are valuable. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who add positivity to your life, and who respect your boundaries. As you grow older, prioritizing your well-being will allow you to live a happier, more fulfilling life.